Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean from SeanKBeauty, and this is Sean K's Beauty Bar, where we grab from the bar and discuss all things beauty. So if you're new to my channel, a very warm welcome. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we do Sean K's Beauty Bar. I bring my biochemistry and microbiology to your questions, and I feature them here on this platform where I feel those questions will help all of us to evolve together. I'm doing an acne series right now. You guys are asking me a lot of questions about acne. I know that more than 70% of America is dealing with acne, and there's many different forms of acne. We talked about acne pathogenesis in my previous video. I'll leave the card right here, but I want to talk today about blackheads on the nose. This was a question that was asked in the comment section below, and I felt like this was a question that all of us can evolve from, just because this is a common place where we see a lot of YouTubers and people on the platform trying to use Biore strips to remove blackheads from, which is the nose area. So we're going to talk about why it's always accumulating on the nose specifically, some of the treatments, and we're also going to talk about the difference between your blackheads and that other structure that's happening on the nose that also has a black appearance that really isn't a blackhead. So I'm going to give you insight into that as well. So the reason why I do these videos is because I want you to become so informed that when you're purchasing, you know what problem you're dealing with and you're buying products that is specifically tailoring your concerns, not just grabbing any products that are thrown to you here on the YouTube platform, but really knowing what's off the beaten path will keep you effectively purchasing products that is specific to your needs. Okay, so that's where this comes in. We're in quarantine. A lot of you have expressed you can't see dermatologists and estheticians. Some of you actually can and have, but for those of you who cannot, that's why platforms like myself and other people that you trust who are professionals, who are scientists, can really give you some insight and hopefully add value to you. So let's get right into this question because this is a good one. All right, friends, so let's talk about the feature between a blackhead and that other black structure I was talking to you about that you see on your nose that can somehow look like a blackhead. And what I'm talking about is a sebaceous filament. Sebaceous filaments actually are helpful. They're a naturally occurring structure in the skin. They bring sebum to the layer or surface of the skin. They become filled with like your oil and your dirt and everything else, and they can look like a blackhead, but they're really not. They're very long and narrow. The way you tell the difference is a blackhead tends to be widened. They become so filled with sebum, they tend to widen on the nose area or sometimes on the face area. And the reason why you have more blackheads on your nose is because there's more glands on your nose. That's what's happening when you see a lot of people with blackheads on the nose, is because there's more glands on the nose. Now, here's the thing. If you're not sure what a blackhead is because you're new to my channel, I will leave the card up here, and this is just a quick revision. So when the follicular cavity becomes filled with sebum, dirt, oil, dead skin cells, and there is no skin on top of that plug, then it becomes oxidized and it turns black, and that's where we get blackhead. Adversely, a whitehead is the skin still covering where the plug is, and you have this raised, but there's skin kind of over it, and that's where you get a whitehead. So that's the difference there. The sebaceous filament and the blackhead look very different because the sebaceous filament is typically narrow and small, even though it looks black, and it's a natural occurring structure in the skin. It brings sebum to the surface of the skin. The blackhead widens because it is a clogged duct. It is becoming filled more and more with more oil that is still coming to the surface, but there is a plug there. So it tends to widen. Does that make sense? So I want to make sure that you know the differences throughout this video. All right, so Can you get rid of sebaceous filaments? The answer is yes. Just constantly, well, I shouldn't say constantly, twice a day, washing your face with an AHA, a BHA, something with sulfur in it, just to keep those pores clean. That will help to, alleviate sebaceous filaments. Some people seek professionals and let them do it, as opposed to them doing an in-home remedy of it. Now, to get rid of blackheads, I'm going to walk you through a few ways that you can get rid of blackheads effectively. And they occur a lot of the times on the nose because we have more glands on our nose. So that's the reason why you have more blackheads on the nose. So let's jump into some of the effective ways that you can get rid of your blackheads. And I'm also going to talk in-home as well as professionally. So let's get into this. All right, so the first one is washing your face regularly, morning and night, making sure that you're keeping the skin very clean so that there is no buildup. That's self-explanatory. Now, one of the key ingredients for really getting rid of blackheads is salicylic acid and glycolic acid, also really great for getting rid of acne. We see that in a lot of products. One of the product lines that I really love that does this is called Clear Proof. It is by Mary Kay. You don't any longer have to go through a representative. You can buy that kit directly from the Mary Kay website. And the active ingredient in that is 2% salicylic acid. And a lot of adolescents and those who deal with a lot of acne issues really go after this line because it really is effective, and I think they have somewhere in the ballpark of a 4.9 stars with that kit. It comes with the toner, it comes with a cleanser, a moisturizer. It also comes with charcoal mask. It's the one that I use all the time, the Mary Kay charcoal mask. I actually have it coming in the mail. And I will segue into that next point, going into a charcoal mask. There's a ton out there, but I, again, recommend the Mary Kay charcoal mask for $24, or you could go with something less expensive. Ishi has one for $20. There's a lot of charcoal masks out there. Now, the active ingredient in charcoal mask is activated charcoal. It is an absorbent, and it's going to pull the dirt, oil, and debris from out of the pores and clear the pores. A lot of people also opt for a clay mask as well. Jouer Cosmetics, I talk about them a ton on this channel, especially in my previous videos. They have a really great clay mask that I've tried, and I absolutely love it. And I think it's like 20 something dollars, but I'll definitely leave that right here to let you know the price of that. All right. Okay. So that's that. We want to constantly, find ourselves in this routine of a morning and night washing of the face. The next thing we want to do is to make sure that we're washing our pillowcases, because oil from the hair gets on pillowcases, and you really want to make sure that every few days you're washing your pillowcase. You're also washing the pillow itself. Okay. And you want to wash your hair every 2 to 3 times a week to get that oil out of the hair. And if you're eating oily foods, you want to wash your hair after eating like a food like pizza, because we are what we eat. If you eat some oily food, you're going to end up with oily hair. Okay. The body in the inside is really reflecting what you're doing on the outside. So you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence here, right? My next point is to use oil-free products. Anything that is non-comedogenic, everything that is oil-free. That's your sunscreens, your lotions, and anything else that you're going to be using on your skin. You want to make sure your makeup that it's oil-free. So that's going to keep that acne at bay, and it's going to keep you from having those blackheads come to the surface. So my next point is point number 3. Salicylic and glycolic acid. Your AHAs and your BHAs are really effective in getting rid of blackheads, as well as using an exfoliant. May I recommend the one from Tatcha? I will also recommend Philosophy has the micro delivery face wash. That is an excellent face wash. It also acts as a mild chemical peel as well. A lot of people swear by it. That is one that I use. That is the exfoliator that I use, and I have that coming in the mail as well. I had to do some shopping because you all know that I'm very frugal with purchasing products because I don't want to hoard a lot of products that I can't get through. So yeah, I waited until that last drop was done and I got me another one. And this time I got a big bottle because you all know that I traveled a ton, and until this is over, I'm going to get big size bottles now, but I typically would get the small traveler size. So yes, the micro delivery face wash is about $30, but you can get it as low as $16 depending on the size that you want. So yes, I will definitely say exfoliators as well as chemical, you know, mild chemical peels like your with AHAs and BHAs, like your salicylic and your glycolic acid, anything like that is in it, or even sulfur. All right, so here is something that I definitely want to stress on this channel. Please stay away from pore strips and any sort of tools to do extractions in home. And the reason why I'm saying this is because pore strips can also pull out the elements that are useful to the skin surface, like oil, like hair. And when that happens, when you use a pore strip, you're also disrupting the acidic mantle, and you can pull out the sebaceous filaments, which you actually need, because the sebaceous filaments, remember I said they bring sebum to the surface of the skin. So you definitely don't want to do that. And those strips actually can burst blood vessels, and you end up with scarring, and you can also end up with spider veins. So you don't want to make this worse. And what ends up happening when we start ripping out hairs and all the elements that are useful to the skin, the sebaceous gland goes in survival mode, producing more oil, causing more blackheads, and severe irritation ends up happening to that area too because of these strips. You just want to stay away from them. You know, doing extractions at home can lead to scratches, can lead to scarring. So you want to let the professionals do those extractions for you, which leads me to my next point. If you go to a professional, what they can do is a drainage and an extraction of the blackheads deep within the skin for you. A lot of the times too, another key way of getting rid of your blackheads, a dermatologist will recommend a derivative of vitamin A, which is like your tretinoins. They will also give you, antibiotics like tetracycline. And if you're a woman, sometimes dermatologists will put you on the pill, right? Just to get those hormones regulated. The pill would be also another solution to this. My next point is we don't want to sleep in our makeup, right? Because we end up with residue getting into the pores, and then that being a problem as well. Make sure that you're washing your pillows, your pillowcases, you're washing your hair, you're staying away from fatty foods, you're using AHAs and BHAs, anything with salicylic acid, glycolic acid, sulfur. That will help get rid of your blackheads. We are not using Biore strips. We are not using extraction tools in our homes because we can cause more harm to the face than good, and the sebaceous gland will go into overdrive and produce more oil, more blackheads will result, and you'll end up with more irritation when you start using those strips on the face as well. We also want to make sure we're using oil-free products, non-comedogenic, non-clog pouring products, right? We want to make sure we're doing that, and we're cleansing our face morning and night. Lifestyle plays into this. Again, like I said, what we're eating as well determines how we look on the outside, whether you believe it or not. We have microbiomes of the gut working with the microbiomes of the face to make sure that you have, homeostasis throughout, from inside out, and they both have their own requirements. Definitely, I say, pH balance products are the key between a 4.5 and a 6. If you're a man, your acidic mantle is a 5.8. If you're a woman, your acidic mantle should be a 5.5. So you're looking for skincare products between a 4.5 and a 6. Now, if you're targeting acne concerns, I've just given you some of the options there on the professional side, which would be drainage and extraction, which would be, your tretinoins being prescribed, your tetracyclines being prescribed, your Accutanes, the pill, depending on the level of your acne, right? Depending on the level of your acne, your dermatologist would determine that. Also, exfoliation. The microdelivery I mentioned as well, just giving you a little bit of an overview. You can also use a microdermabrasion. Mary Kay has a great microdermabrasion kit if you want to try that out. Again, you can purchase directly from Mary Kay's website without even having to go through a representative now. So hopefully this was information that you found useful. I'm not going to go into overload with you because I want you all to get enough information that is in a nicely filled burrito, but not too overwhelming of a burrito that, you retain nothing. So I rather you retain something in small nuggets than to retain nothing because I gave you a big, long nugget or a big, long video. So, the discussion continues. Leave your questions down below. You all know that I love your questions. I love interacting with you. I have been working one-on-one with a couple of you in the comment section below, looking at your products, looking at your concerns, and really helping you with that. That is what I thrive off of. That's what I love. I love helping people. I love the human race. And I feel like if we have a gift, we need to be using that to help others. So hopefully I'll get to hear from you all, and I appreciate you so much. To CV Makeup Lover and your daughter, mwah, I send you a huge, huge thank you and a lot of love. And to all these wonderful subscribers, all 408 of you that just came on subscribing to me, I am saying from my heart to yours, I love you. Thank you for valuing me and seeing value in my content. And I'm here for you. Whenever you need me, leave your questions in the comment section below, and I promise you I'll get back to you. I appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Ciao for now.